What is going on, Debt Free Mafia? Hey, today I wanted to talk about credit cards. As you know, there's always this big argument always going on. Should we have credit cards? Should we not have credit cards? Especially in the Christian church where a lot of people tend to default to Dave Ramsey. You know, and there's just tons of jokes out there that Dave Ramsey's just hiding in a bush waiting for you to swipe that credit card so he can go and thump you over the head with some sort of Bible verse. But no, that's something I kind of want to talk about here. Kind of like, you know, what is a level-headed opinion on this? What do you think is the right choice here? And I'm not bashing Dave Ramsey at all. I want to be very clear about that. I'm a fan of him and his principles. But I did want to talk about what is it okay to have a credit card? Is it okay to use a credit card? Do I advise people to use a credit card? The answer is going to be mostly no. But I have a few reasons why you might. But I really wanted to talk about that because I do get asked that quite a bit because it is kind of a great debate on whether or not you should use credit cards. But I did want to kind of talk through some statistics on what I personally believe. Guys, if you don't know me, my name is Rick. I am the owner of the Debt Free Mafia, and I'm a full-time financial coach. I help people become financially bulletproof. I help them start to live a debt-free lifestyle. I help them work through that stuff. That's kind of the goals here at the Debt Free Mafia. If that's something that you relate with, if you love the debt-free lifestyle, the idea of being debt-free, leaving a legacy for your children's children, going through financial transformation, any of that stuff, this is the place for you. Go ahead and hit subscribe. We'd love to have you here at the Debt Free Mafia. So thankful that you're watching this video. Let's talk about it. Let's get into it. So, do I personally recommend credit cards? I'm gonna go ahead and say 9 times out of 10 for most people, I don't recommend credit cards, just because I deal with a lot of people who have rooted spending issues, and I'm not casting blame on anybody because I was one of those people. I've since recognized it. But we live in the most consumeristic culture of all time. I mean, you're getting advertised to constantly. I mean, there's companies that are spending billions of dollars every year to put their product in front of you and make you feel inferior without their product, right? So I'm not saying anybody's deficient here. I'm saying that it's a real epidemic going on when it comes to consumerism. So also, and it's another thing I wanted to kind of note real quick, there are so many people that don't realize they're not just getting advertised to by these companies, but they're getting advertised to by their friends, right? Because you go on Facebook, Instagram, whatever social media you're on, you see people that you know, and they always just tend to be living a better life than you, right? Better cars, better vacations, better meal prepping, because somehow they can afford that really expensive meal preps that get sent to them every month. You know, that's where I get jealous, right? But you get advertised to them indirectly because it just seems like they're enjoying life more, they have more things, right? Keeping up with the Joneses, right? We talk about that a lot. And so we really get bombarded with this. And there's also, if you look at statistics, we borrow more than ever before. Ever before in American history do we borrow as consumers more than ever before. So there's a real sense of consumerism here, especially in the States. I'm sure it's all over the world, but that's definitely what I've recognized in so many of my clients' life and in my life personally, is that we really want to keep up, right? We really don't want to be lacking of anything because advertising is really good at making us feel like we're missing something. So back to credit cards. Can you use credit cards wisely? Yes, you can use credit cards wisely. However, again, what we just talked about, we as humans are very imperfect. If you look at the math of a credit card, you can actually make money using a credit card, using the cashback system. Granted, I will tell you, nobody has ever gotten wealthy off of cashback programs for credit cards. It's just a tiny little bonus that they incentivize you on, hoping that you're one of those people that's going to overspend and carry a balance and end up paying them an interest, right? So I want to talk through some statistics. Let's talk average debt per American when it comes to credit card. And this is probably the biggest reason why I don't recommend credit cards, because I just know the tendencies of human beings. We're not great with handling this stuff. So we'll look at it here. So Gen Z, you know, they're just coming of age. They're 25 and younger right now. They are their average credit card debt's a little over, well, it's about $2,200. This is I'm reading an article from CNBC that did a study. It's from 2020, so it's just last year. $2,200 for the average Gen Z. That's a lot of money to already be owing for a credit card. That's credit card only. It doesn't count student loans, any other debts, car loans, anything. Just credit card debt. $2,200, right? That's not something that many Gen Zers could just pay off in the next few months, right? That's already something they're gonna have to be grinding at. Millennials, they're at 4651, so a little over $4,600 per every millennial averages at credit card debt. Gen X, so this is the generation between millennials and boomers, is going to be $7,700. That kind of blew my mind. I knew that millennials kind of get bashed for everything, but here we are. We got Gen X. They're with $7,700 of credit card debt on average. Baby boomers, $6,700 credit card debt, still beating millennials. And then everybody that's older than that, we got the silent age, which is at basically $4,000 of credit card debt, which is mind-boggling, right? So the reason why I am typically against credit cards is because we tend to not pay them off, right? We tend to carry a balance, which means we're spending on interest, and it's ending up costing us in the long run, versus whenever we could just use cash or a debit card to pay it in the first place, not get so caught up in the point system. And I get it, it's so attractive. I'm not gonna lie, I genuinely want a Southwest card because the idea of being able to rack up free miles is super cool. But again, you gotta remember, in most cases, they are banking on you not making your payments. They're banking on you making a mistake and starting to carry balance. The average American carries balance on their credit card. That's what they're banking on. So be smart, be vigilant. You got to be wise. I don't recommend it to most people. I just recommend it to those who have never really had much financial struggle, who have been responsible from day one, and those are few and far between. If that's you, that's awesome. If you're like me and didn't have that, probably gonna stay away from them. One of the biggest things or metaphors I kind of tell people about it is, if you came to me and I was a counselor and you had a severe issue with alcoholism, right? You ran to alcohol whenever times got tough or stressful, or maybe you got ill content, whatever it is, and you were coming to me with, you said, I've got this problem with alcoholism. It's starting to creep in and cause a lot of problems, right? I would want you to never go or set foot into a bar at that point, right? That would be my suggestion for you. Don't get near alcohol. It's what it is what we're doing is we're planning out our days now to stay away from alcohol, right? So the same you'd never take an alcoholic to the bar, right? That's the saying, right? You'd never take them to the bar. Same thing when it comes to financial tendencies, right? Anybody who's ever had a spending problem when it comes to overspending on items and clothes and things, let's stay away from the credit cards. I am a fan of just go ahead and cutting them up if you do have an issue with that, right? I'm not going to go full Dave Ramsey on you. I'm just saying let's cut the temptation out if there is a temptation. Let's focus on getting debt free. Let's focus on building a legacy, and we'll build our own interest. We'll make our own interest instead of pay interest, right? That's what we want to do here at the Debt Free Mafia. Guys, I appreciate you. I hope that was helpful. Kind of gave a little bit of clarity into what I think you should do as far as credit cards go. Guys, continue to keep striving for greatness when it comes to your finances. Don't let yourself be tempted by the point system. I get it. It's attractive, but you got to remember they spend billions for you to be attracted to their cards, and they make you feel like you're the one that's empowered. They want you to think that. But guys, again, thank you. Appreciate you for stopping by. Don't mind, hit the like for me. Hit the subscribe if you haven't enjoyed yet. Appreciate you so much. Thank you. Peace.